Miss Candiace, you want to watch that fake cry? That fake cry, I promise you, is going to come back to bite you in your behind. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for part 2 of the season 6 reunion of Real Housewives of Potomac. And listen, quite honestly, it's gotten a little tiresome. It's really gotten a little tiresome, this whole thing with Candiace. First of all, Candiace, you're not tough. You're not tough. You are not tough. The tough act that you try to put on, it's gotten old. Like, we went through one full episode where we kind of swallowed it and said, yeah, okay, girl, all right, she getting her little stuff up. Now we're into the second hour. Now, 2 hours for us is God knows how many hours for you all there on set. It's old and we're tired. You're not tough. You're not tough. Your reads are not so fierce and so severe to the point where these ladies need to be walking on eggshells. Trust me, they're not. And the fact that for some reason you've gotten it in your head that you're that girl. Are you serious right now? I'm sitting and I'm watching this and they're like begging her. Are you all kidding? There's one thing that you all could say to shut Candiace down. And I don't know why y'all don't. Because I would. Monique. End of story. End of story. All that old smart shit you be talking. Monique. That's what I would give her. You don't even have to go, it don't even matter what the situation. Any situation that you ever run into with Candiace Dillard, you tell her, come in close, my loves. Monique. See, because it's on film at Bravo. It'll never stop being in rotation. You got your ass whooped on screen by Monique. You were doing that smart talking, that gip-gapping, and she gave you this. Bang on the table. We all seen it. We all seen it. Now, some will get and argue like they've done. You can see it in my videos because they're there too forever. That people, she didn't whoop her ass. Yes, she did. Bang on the table and on top of her head. She didn't return it. That, my dears, is called an ass whooping. If you did, it can only not be an ass whooping if you actually return the favor. She never returned the favor. You know what she did? She ran to the police, filed a police report. She ran to a counselor or psychologist, and she was distraught. And she ended up writing letters to herself to remind her that even though you got your ass whooped, you still matter. That, my dears, qualifies as a good ass whooping. Anytime somebody give you a couple knocks and pangs and you got to go to a psychologist, you got your ass whooped. Period. There is no argument. Now, going back down, all the Candiace fans, rally up. Going back down in my comments, have at it. I don't care. She's tiresome. And I still, you know, the things that I didn't like about her, I don't like about her. The things that I like about her, I like about her. I will still give her compliments when she does well. When she doesn't, I will drag. And all that getting cute, I'm telling y'all, I should, child, I ain't even gonna charge y'all. I'll just give that information. Monique. Just say Monique. And she'll stop. I'm telling you. She'll stop. Period. I don't get it. And I don't find it cute. I don't find it cute. I think it's a false sense of self. And you all have let her usher that in on y'all. And she's really wearing y'all out with it. And that's y'all's fault. Because I wouldn't do. But Candiace, you hit so low. Hit her low back. Hit her low back. Like, are you kidding? Anyway, but it's gotten sad and it's gotten tired on this part of the reunion. Guess she got on my last nerve. And then when she pulled off that little fake cry, and you know, when they were saying she's jealous, Ashley says she's jealous that she had a baby first or whatever, and then she went into the fake cry. I said, oh, girl, you pulled your own whole card, honey. How you turn those tears on and turn them off so fast. And everybody got quiet because they all caught it like I caught it at home. From this point going forward, her crying would do nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Child, listen. We will talk about it some more. Let's do some other stuff because this ain't the Candiace show. Let's do some other stuff. Askale. I didn't even know there was all of this drama going on between Askale and Mia. Like, over, because again, remember, I do the show. I don't really delve into their lives. I don't follow them around on social media. I don't do that. I'm a show reviewer. If something becomes really big on social media, I will, you know, naturally, when I can't not see it, then I'll be like, oh, okay, and I'll talk, you know. But as far as what's going on in real time, that's not my business. My business is what Bravo actually shows. And that kind of, sometimes it causes a little rift between me and my followers because they're like, well, James, it's this, that, and the other. I don't care about that. I am reviewing the show, which is why when I come down, I say, this is season so-and-so, episode so-and-so. So what's going on Twitter? That don't have a season number, and it doesn't have an episode number. So I don't worry about it. It doesn't concern me. What my job is that season number and that episode. That's what I do. And again, when something else is going on that I can't help but see in real time, then yes. But I do not follow any of these ladies on social media. I don't. It's just the way I do what I do. There are tons of us who actually do show reviews. I appreciate that you come by and you see me and you watch what I do, but let what I do be what I do. And that other stuff, you have to find it elsewhere. That's not what I do. And I will not apologize for it. I do things a certain type of way. And I ain't going to change. It's the way I do it. If something gets too big and I can't help but see it, then I'll see it. But no, I don't delve into their business like that and follow that. If it don't get on the show 9 times out of 10, I probably ain't going to talk about it. And it just is what it is. I've said it before, but, you know, I'll reiterate it. I don't mind. And again, I appreciate you watching. But if that upsets you, you know what it gives. Anyway, so I didn't realize that anything was going on between Askale and Mia. I'm like, okay, I mean, sure, they've had a few words on the show, but nothing so major. Askale really is just she's a friend to the show at this point. A large friend to the show, but a friend to the show. So when they came out and they said what was actually going on and how Mia was really attacking Askale over social media, I'm like, really, Mia? And they were, you know, I kept wondering why they kept saying Mia has become this like tyrant on Twitter. Well, as they started explaining, yeah, Mia is over on Twitter carrying on down to the Twitter. So I said, okay. And then Mia was so smug and said, once they said what they had to say, nothing really got cleared up. Askale was like, you know, you know, basically. And Mia was, you know, same thing. They said, well, thank you so much for coming to Scholar. You know, baby, she got her little beautiful self up, and she's like, thank you for having me. And she would, you know, I like me some Askale, and I definitely hope to see her back. But I hope to see her back. I hope it cracks Mia's face. I hope to see her back in the same capacity that you're in. Because I think Askale got something for you, sis. And everybody else to try her. So I'm here. I'm rooting Team Askale. I would love to see her back as a main character on the show. I like her. I really do. I like her. Yeah. But anyway, Mia said, y'all brought her all the way in here for those 2 lines? Girl, those are famous last words, ma'am. You being cute and you being quaint. Don't have your face cracked when season 7 rear up, honey, and Askale be up in there with a tagline spinning her dress. Don't have your face cracked, because remember, I said this, and I will be kikiing and cackling and making fun of you. If she does, because I'm petty. But anyway, and then Mia was doing all this blaming her media manager, and even the ladies weren't going for it. They're like, ain't no media manager, girl. She's the one doing this, saying this stuff. And I believe, I'm going with the ladies on this one. I believe it. Mia, you down to the Twitter clowning. It's your Pennsylvania privilege. Say what you want, because you're the one that got to stand in it. And I'm a media manager. I ain't giving nobody no access to my stuff to be. And then I got to go stand up and clean it up. Child, no. I'd rather write whatever little stuff I'm going to write and then say, yes, I said it. You know, that's, child. Anyway, moving on. So, like I said, Candiace spent a lot of time sitting behind, you know, she's even saying herself, yes, I'm a bitch. And she's really enjoying herself, and she thinks it's very, very cute. She thinks it's very cute. Then you got Mia, who's doing some of the same, and she's over there terrorizing folks on Twitter the way that Candiace used to do all the time. Well, she does still terrorize people on Twitter. And Mia said to Candiace, watch your back, and then told Andy her ass kicking is overdue, and it won't be me. Okay, now, Miss Mia, let me tell you, because I don't really care for Mia all like that. I like G better than I like Mia. Child, they could give G Mia's spot. But Mia, let me give you some of the rules of engagement with Candiace. I said it a little earlier. See, Candiace will call the police on you. Candiace will cry distraught. Well, she can't be a Karen. She can only be a half of a Karen. So, I don't know, maybe she'll be a Cameron, honey. But she can't be a Karen, but maybe she'll be a Cameron. And she'll get down here, baby, and cry distraught, get her some counseling, and sue your ass, Mia. So, rules of engagement, don't threaten Candiace. Do you understand? That was a threat. And then you threatened her, and then you doubled down on it and relayed it over there to Andy while we all watch. You may want to pull that back when playing games with Miss Candiace. I'm just saying, girl. Now, I ain't one of your fans, Miss Mia, but I don't want to see you go down in flames like that, sis. Girlfriend will have you in, what Karen called it, sing-sing. She'll have you in sing-sing playing around. So, just a word to the wise. Moving on. Wendy. This whole thing of Wendy giving Grace a dirty look, I don't know, y'all. I'm going to throw that one up in the air, and I'm going to wait and see what you all have to say. We'll talk about that in the comments for the most part, because I didn't feel like that. I felt like Wendy was just, you know, Wendy ain't happy with Giselle, period. So anywhere where there's Giselle, she was given that look. You know what I mean? I don't think it was really specifically for Grace. I feel like people put 20 on 10 with that. I just don't get that from Wendy. I really don't. Now, none of the ladies on the show do I get that from. You know, I don't feel like any of these women would voluntarily drag any of the children of any of the other women, and I don't care what is going on. I don't believe it to be so. I don't think it will ever happen. And the proof is in the pudding. When the kids came up and the situation, there was a piece that they talked about between Giselle and Karen. Now, we know Giselle and Karen were feuding. I mean, Giselle and Karen was taking some blows back and forth. They really were. For the last few seasons, it's gotten nasty. It's gotten a little better, then it got a little worse. It's been nasty. But at no point were there any digs taken to the children. And then at the mere mention of the children, tears came up across the board. So this is not YouTube. You know, this is not YouTube where people fight back and forth and they call each other's kids terrible names and they say terrible things about each other's children. That doesn't exist in this realm. And you saw it literally in what was real time for them. The mention of the children, all fighting went out the door. Like everybody's fight became unimportant. Everybody's fight became unimportant. Wendy, as mean and as nasty as Wendy can be, because Wendy is very much a grudge holder and she can be very mean. And once you hurt Wendy's feelings, it's very hard to get back on the good side of Miss Wendy Osefo. Very hard. And I understand it. I'm a grudge holder. So I listen, I am a Capricorn down to my full core. Do you understand me? When I get mad at you, it generally takes an act of God for me to get unmad at you. But that is how Wendy is. I get it. But when it came to, okay, when Giselle said, Wendy, her friends watched the show and said that you gave her a dirty look, Wendy retracted it. She said, well, listen, I'm a grown up. And how grown up I am, I'm going to apologize to Grace, as you should have. As you should have, because I don't think she meant it. I don't think she meant it. I just didn't even feel like she was throwing shade at Grace. I don't think it had anything to do with Grace at all. But the fact that Grace felt some type of way about it, she addressed it. And then she, you know, in Wendy fashion told her, and whenever the time comes, I hope you are adult enough to apologize to my boys. Which, them boys, that ain't going to happen because them boys don't give a damn. You know, her kids are, those children are just full of life and they just want to play. They don't give a damn what y'all talk about on here. Grace, that's a different situation. But I said all that to say this, that dragging of the children and all of that, throwing snide remarks and hurting each other's children, that don't exist in the realm of Real Housewives of Potomac. It does not. And that's pretty much, even over when on Real Housewives, it's gotten a little sometimes, but even when somebody dares to venture there, the majority say, no. Because trust me, if they didn't have high regards, somebody would have dragged Mama Joyce a long time ago. But people kind of lay off Mama Joyce, somewhat. They just have a decorum where they just don't go. There's certain things, parents and kids, they just don't really mess with it too much. But Potomac, it came to a whole halt when it came to those children. Look at Giselle and because this is the first time since the show been on the air that we actually seen Giselle moved to a whole sniffle. Because Giselle's tough. She really is. She do a whole lot. Child can't dress. Her hair be a mess sometimes. She do stuff. She picks it. She got all kind of stuff going on. But Giselle is tough. She really is tough. She's a tough cookie. And it moved her to a sniffle, what made me sit up straight. I said, whoa. Okay. Okay. And it did. It just changed the whole, you know, the whole thing. And from what I see, every person on here that has children are really good, attentive mothers and fathers. That's what we've seen. Everybody, as pertains to parenting, is, they are attentive. They really pay attention. They really do what they need to have done. Even when we put that little crazy little light on Robin, that was, show stuff. We know for a fact that Robin's boys are good and they're taken care of well. They was trying, Robin was building a storyline. And there's no one will make me believe that Robin is a bad mother to her children. Did she sleep in? Yeah, sleepy. Yeah. But a bad mother, Robin Dixon? I don't think so. Juan Dixon ain't going for it. Do you see how fast Juan Dixon will hurt Robin Dixon's feelings? Can you imagine if she tried to misuse his kids? What will happen? That's when the cameras will probably go off, and then it'll be two dudes thugging it out. I said it. Anyway, moving on. So it was a beautiful moment. It really was. It was a beautiful moment. It was a moment where we got to see the bull crap be sat to the side about what was real. So that was cool. Always, I'm always here for an actual reality show moment. And I think that's what that was. But anyway, so it was cool. Let's move on. Andy and Ashley. Andy and Ashley. So, Andy's so shady. He said, Dylan is starting to look like Michael. I said, oh, okay. And she said, yeah, he is, but I see me. Don't nobody see you. Don't nobody see you. You look like Michael. Get on out of here, Ashley. Anyway, moving on. I was like, that doggone Andy. Then he moves right on and says, so wait a minute. He said, in the sea of bad ideas. I said, that was the, in the sea of bad ideas. What kind of film director is Michael trying to get into? Is it porn? And everybody's like, yeah. Like, nobody wanted to say it, but everybody was thinking it. Andy went on and said it. And she said, I don't know. We have to. Andy was throwing right out there. He ain't qualified to do nothing else other than some amateur porn bull crap. So we'll just be watching, child. Andy, you are shady. Shady, shady, shady. Then they touched on body shaming. There was, all season there's been this thing of Candiace and Ashley, and she's been calling her wide body, big head, this, that, and the other. Talked about me as big feet, this, that, on and on. And then, of course, the stuff with Wendy. Child, we ain't even go into that. The stuff with Wendy, child, was what it was. Yes, Wendy, your personality did change with the body work. You feel more confident. You are really feeling yourself. Okay, boom. I ain't going through no whole diatribe about that. It is what it is. She feel good. Robin asked questions. I don't think it was that bad. Wendy, you being, Wendy's a little touchy. Tough as she is, she a little touchy. So it was what it was, But it is what it is, and it's what you should expect when you are a professor and all of these things, and you hold yourself in such high regard with such a high brow, and now you got new tits. Everybody notices the new tits, and they really, because your persona says that you're above that. But no, you're just normal. You're normal like everybody else. And it's fine and it's okay. And I'm glad you're having a good time with it. And Robin is just Robin, and they had a little shady twist, but she wasn't trying to destroy you. It was what it was. And y'all need to go on and knock it off. Y'all were good before that. Y'all were making a nice friendship, and y'all need to get back to it, because that ain't even worth it. Like, it's not. It really isn't. The Giselle and Wendy ain't never gonna be friends. That just ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. They both got their nose too far up in the goddamn air. So they're not going to share the same airspace. But Robin, you and Wendy were cool. Robin. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so Candiace has not let up on Ashley at all. She's taken every chance to get. See, now, I don't mind what Candiace does to Ashley. I don't. I don't mind what Candiace does to Ashley. I don't care how low Candiace goes as pertains to Ashley. I really don't. I really don't. And some of that came out later, and I'm going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to jump around, okay? I say that to say this. All that little stuff that Candiace be doing to some of the other ladies, like that throwing the salad at Mia, that was unnecessary. She didn't need to do that. And if Mia would have busted her in her eye, I would have been like, okay. I mean, seriously, what are you throwing stuff at her for? The only person on the show, truly, that I can actually understand Candiace really going low with is Ashley. Because Ashley, you went low. You went low. You tried to take her out. Period. You did. You tried to take her out. Nothing you could do nor say will take that away. When the opportunity rose, you jumped right in that. You weren't even there when they were fighting, yet you went and wrote a statement. And all of these things with Monique to try to literally take Candiace out through the legal system. Through the legal system. You wanted her to lose the case. You wanted her fired from Real Housewives of Potomac. You went and made what you could do as a power move to take her out socially and economically from this situation. You did. And nothing you could say, nothing you could do could ever take it away. You did it. So however she decides to come back at you from here on out, for me, is all okay. It is what it is. Y'all are enemies as far as I'm concerned. That, my dears, is an enemy. That's an enemy. Saying something about me, I don't care much. I mean, you know, oh, you're ugly. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you're this. That. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you're a bitch and I don't like you. Okay, that's fine. But the moment you start trying to snatch my money away or do something doing anything that deals with my job, my living arrangement, or my money or my kids, we are enemies. Do you understand? And there is no expiration date. You went into a court hearing situation siding against girl. You just if she ain't speaking to Monique, she don't need to be speaking to you. So whatever she throws your way, baby, it's yours. It's yours. Whatever you need, it's yours, girl. No matter what it is. From here on out. I ain't got nothing to say about it. Candiace, you got it, honey. When it comes to Ashley, get her. Get her. That's how I feel about it. Petty, yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, Ashley, on the other hand, you was up in her house. Now, she told you to get out. She told you to get out. And before you could get out, she threw a knife at you. Listen. We ain't gonna be friends no more. Period. Throwing knives at Ashley, as pertains to Candiace, get her! Get her. Y'all ain't friends. Y'all ain't gonna be friends. Anytime y'all pretend like y'all making up, child, is fake. Get each other, honey. I ain't taking no side. Period. So it is what it is. And then to try to dance around that situation and say, oh, well, you know, she body shaming me. So what? So what? You were in the position for her to get you. And when it comes to y'all, that's where y'all at. So I don't care. I don't care. It is what it is. And then when they threw it up, said, well, what's the difference when Michael said things that were like body shame? Oh, no. You made an excuse. No, Michael body shamed you too. That's a different situation for a different time. That has to do with your screwed up version of a marriage that you have. He was very insensitive. It was very much body shaming, and he very much should be ashamed of himself. And you should be ashamed of yourself for trying to make excuses for it. Stupid. Oh yeah, and you're getting back to your regular weight, which is good for me. What the hell does it have to do with you, pal? She just pumped out 2 of your children. And now that's good for me. No, what's good for you is a slap in the mouth and slap those 3 teeth that you got in there, you old bastard. That was just out of order. That was out of order, but you should kick yourself for finding yourself in a situation where you've just had 2 kids by somebody that would even say that to you. Deal with it. Suffer. But listen, Ashley, okay. Ashley got an exit plan. Y'all better believe it. Moving on. This colorism mess. I want you both to shut up. I want you both to shut up when it comes to this whole colorism thing. You two are both married to white men. Period. You ain't got no argument back and forth about colorism. Y'all are excluded from that conversation. Shut up. It sounds crazy to me. I'm sitting there looking. I said, are we serious right now? Why? I said, Wendy, shut up. Shut up, Wendy. We ain't playing the colorism game. We ain't dancing the colorism dance at this show over that. Now, we're not doing it. We're just not doing it. It hasn't been an issue over here, and we're not going to make it no issue over here, especially not from the 2 black women that are married to the 2 white men. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. And it definitely ain't being spearheaded by these 2. We're not doing it. Candiace called Ashley a slave, and Michael called Chris a damn white trash. Y'all handle that amongst the 2 of y'all, or the 4 of y'all, honey. The 2 white men and the 2 black women. That's all. And y'all are interracial. Y'all the only ones that understand y'all's situation in that situation. Ain't nobody else getting in that. That sounds crazy to me. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing. I ain't going. I ain't going at all. I ain't going. Nope. Candiace to call another black woman married to a white man a slave sound like a crazy, foolish bunch of mess to me. And one white man that's married to a black woman calling another white man married to a black woman white trash is just ridiculous to me. Child, listen. I'm going to mind my black ass business. Now, that's what I'm going to do. And I know somebody going to be mad. Be mad. I ain't playing no colorism game and getting into no colorism conversation between no 2 interracial couples. Get on out my face. Moving on. Going to be mad. I can see the comments now. I don't care. I ain't doing it. They can figure that out amongst themselves. Because at some point, I'm going to feel like I shouldn't be speaking on one of them things. Shit, I'm good at that. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Okay. Let's see. Where am I at? Candlegate. Child. Listen, I'm with Andy. To the naked eye, when it rolled out, it really did look like Karen was being shady. And that Wendy came, when you just watch it and the way it was edited and the way it was presented, it looked like Wendy went to Karen, hey, I'm going to do this candle thing. And then shortly after that, a light bulb came on and Karen said, girl, you know what? I already got a brand. So I'm going to add a candle my damn self. But I'm going to go on and make me a 3-wick candle since she only got a 1-wick candle. That's what it looked like to the naked eye. But then they rolled the beautiful bean footage of, what was it, 4 years ago, when Karen actually did state that she was going to actually have candles and all of that in her home Essentials line. So that cleared that up. Mia, on the other hand, is a shady heifer. And Mia literally jumped in being shady and created a candle and also marketed it and put it out in the public before Wendy could get hers in the public. That was a petty power move. I'm already established. Watch this. Petty power move. But what was even pettier is that Mia, it kind of fell on deaf ears because, hell, I didn't know nothing about it until they just said it. So you didn't let her have it in my eyes because I didn't even know you had the damn candle. Maybe you should have moved a little bit faster, but it is a petty power move. Cool. I'm here for it. You petty. It is what it is. But then Wendy jumped back and shut it on down, said, y'all can all do whatever y'all want to do. 1 wick, 3 wicks, whatever, honey, because my line actually has a 5-wick candle and a 7-wick candle, which has never been done. So it's been shut down by Zen Wen. So I just kind of laughed at that. I got a good old kick out of that. That was pretty funny. And then the last little nasty line. Okay, so Giselle did make a comment about Wendy and her body work and said, you know, was she getting the body work done because of the rumors that were out about her husband and all of these things, and was she doing that? And Wendy was like, okay, she addressed it, and she did get you, Giselle, as we ended. I said, damn, Wendy. She said it's misogyny. It's a form of misogyny to even say, you know, was a woman getting body work to keep a man. She said, you had a whole tummy tuck. Did that help you keep Jamal? I said, oh, Wendy. And Giselle was kind of looking like, she didn't got me, child. Yes, she got you, child. So that's where we ended. And we're going to go, listen, I was fussing about them doing four pieces of this. Episode 2 was something serious. You understand? Something serious. I didn't even intend to be talking this long, but yeah, over 38 minutes. Child, was something serious. Get on into it. Listen, I'll be right here like this next Sunday, and I'll see you here. Bye, y'all. Go on down there in the comments. We got a lot to talk about in the comments. Don't start none, won't be none. Let's talk, and let's talk decent to each other, or whatever you like. Whatever you give, I'm going to give it back. So I'm messing with y'all. Go on down in the comments. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get it going. Talk to you guys later.